Hi and welcome to GRVOTV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I'm doing a quick unboxing and the initial review on a new lens, which is the Nikon, and I'll go through all of what it says on here. It's an AFS DX Nikon 18-200 f3.5 to 5.6 G ED VR2 DX for digital VR. Okay. Now this is a second-hand lens which I've bought. It's said it's in mint condition, pretty much as new, and I paid £380 for it. It's the version 2 of the lens, so we'll just quickly have a look. You've got the lens hood, some cardboard, and the lens. Right. So that's that. Okay. So first impressions of the lens are it's very nice quality. It's obviously mostly plastic, but it is of the sort of the higher quality than the standard kit lenses. So first of all, why have I gone for this lens? Well, as you will probably know from my previous videos, I'm a great believer in the Nikon 18-70, and I've been using that alongside an 18-55 for video because it's got the VR. I've also got the 80-200 2.8, and I was quite happy with that. However, when I was out the other day, I was in a situation where I had the 18-70 on, and I just needed a longer reach, and I didn't have my longer lens with me. So I did a bit of research, and obviously the main benefits of the 18-70 over the kit lens is the quality, and the fact that you can grab manual focus, the weather sealing, the metal mount, things like that, and the fact that it's a 3.5 to 4.5, not 3.5 to 5.6. So when I looked at this, which is the 18-200 3.5 to 5.6, whilst I'm losing about half a stop, because I think at 70mm this is at about f5. That's not a major issue for me. The VR means that I can use it for my video, and you can shoot in lower light. Still doesn't help with improving bokeh and things, but to be honest, I haven't got a problem with that because I've got a low light the issue covered anyway. Which is on the camera at the moment, which I'll cover that in a minute. So the lens has got a nice manual focus grab ring. The zoom seems nicely weighted. It's got, on the sides here, you've got your normal switches that you'd have on a VR lens. So you've got the VR on and off, the normal and active. Active, I believe, is for when you're in a moving vehicle. And you've got the MAM, which means manual, auto and manual. Just means that in manual auto, it'll autofocus, but you can grab the manual ring and manually focus. So that's all good. It's got the metal mount, the weather sealing. It's got a 72mm plastic filter thread on the front, but as you can see, it's a nice big piece of glass. You've got the lock at 18, so you can lock it at 18mm, so that will not come out, which I quite like for transport. It's sitting in the bag, I'd always have the lock on, etc. Take the lock off, and then you've got your zoom. Now let's get one thing out of the way: zoom creep. All big zoom lenses like this tend to have some form of zoom creep. The lens I'm using to film this with is an 18-270 Tamron, and that suffers exactly the same from zoom creep. So what is zoom creep? Well, when you hold the lens up, either way, if you're out, is that it creeps back in or it drops out. Now, as you can see, it's not coming out when it's at 18mm. Let's go to 24, still not coming out. 35, it's starting to creep now. So that's the zoom creep, and to be honest, it's really not bad at all on this. I've no problems with that at all, and I don't ever shoot straight up anyway. Not that I can remember. Maybe if you're shooting aeroplanes going over, I don't know, but you know, it's no issue for me. If it is a problem and I'm doing macro work and I want it set at 35 and I've got the camera set up like that at macro and it's starting to creep, all I do is in my bag I've got two options, very expensive options. You can either buy off of the internet a thing called a zoom creep ring, which is a rubber ring that just goes around and holds it, or you can do what I do, and for the odd time that I need it, if I'm doing macro work, I use an elastic band, wrap it around, make sure that it touches the body and the zoom, and it's enough resistance just to stop it creeping. So no issues with zoom creep whatsoever, to be honest. So that's that out of the way. Okay, so the range 18 to 200, you know, I honestly believe this could be the only lens you'd ever need, because it's the only range I use, 18 to 200. That is, I don't use anything wider and I don't use anything longer. I find that with my kind of photography, I never have to use anything other than that. So yeah, this could be the only lens I ever need. However, when I'm doing some portraits and that, I do like the ability to shoot at 2.8, which is why I've got the 80 to 200 2.8 lens. But, you know, it wouldn't be the end of the world just having this one lens. To cover off your low light capabilities indoors, if you're not using flasher, etc., the easy option is to go for something like that, which is the 50mm 1.8 or the 35mm 1.8. I'm actually going to get the 35mm 1.8, so I've got both, but you know, one or t'other will get you out of a sticky situation if you're in low light and you need a faster lens, and then you just zoom by using your feet. It's no real major problems for me. So that's the low light issues all covered. So I'm just going to quickly put it on the body so you can see what it's like. This is a D7000 with a battery grip on it. This is the VR2 lens, which I understand has a slightly different coating on the front and the lock, and it's slightly less susceptible to zoom creep from what I can gather. But other than that, it's essentially the same as the 18 to VR version 1. Right, the looks quite nice on the camera. Feels nice. Obviously, when you extend it out, it's actually on this camera it's not nose heavy at all. It's absolutely fine. You know, obviously that's a lot lighter than my 80 to 200, and it's not that much heavier than the 18 to 70, to be honest. So yeah, happy with that. The switch it on to autofocus. Just have a quick look. It's very deceptive because it's AFS. It's quiet, and I had this with the 18 to 270 Tamron, and that when you look at the focusing speed, it actually looks quite slow. You know, on my 80 to 200, which is the driven one, it goes bang, bang, like that. But on this, it's sort of like zoom, 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 zoom. But in practice, when you're actually focusing something, it's like bang, it's there, bang, it's there, bang, it's there, bang, bang, bang. You know, it's absolutely fine. There's no issues with focusing speed at all. It's not going to be as snappy and instant as, say, a 70 to 200 2.8 version 2, but then that's a £1,600 lens. As I said, this cost me $380. And bearing in mind it's replaced, you know, potentially 2 or 3 lenses. So I think it is really good value for money. So the VR, just going to quickly talk about. I did a quick test before I did the video indoors at something like 3000 ISO, so the picture's not particularly good enough to put up. But I was able to handhold at 1/10 of a second at 200mm and get a usable, what I call a usable picture. So yeah, it might not be pin sharp at 100% crop, but definitely was a usable picture. So the VR in this, I would suggest, is much better than, say, in the 18 to 55 kit lenses. It seems to be, from what I can gather straight away, a far superior system. It kicks in nicely, and it seems to work quite well. So anyway, this has been GRVOTV. That's my review of the Nikon 18 to 200. So far I'm extremely happy with it, and I'll keep you updated as to my progress with it. Cheers for watching. Bye bye.